What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Command and Console. My name is Jason. Today we're going to be talking about owning a Wii U in 2026. As you can tell from the thumbnail, I put it's great, but so there's caveats. But let's just get through some categories that I've created for this video. Let's talk about some of the positives, I guess, straight off the bat, shall we? The system. First thing I want to talk about is the Wii U pad itself. Now, I find this to be ergonomically amazing. Like, I'm playing the Zelda game right now, and it just feels amazing to use. Like, I just feel like it just feels great. It just feels so... I think this feels better than the Switch. I used to have a Switch. I don't have one anymore. The games are too expensive, and I don't think it is very ergonomically comfortable. The Wii U gamepad though feels amazing. I could play this game on this gamepad forever, right? Perfectly supports your hands properly, and it just feels great to hold. So I think this is the big plus. I know, you know, when it concerns the marketing, people didn't know what this was when it came out, but I feel like as the main control portion of the system, it feels great. I've also got a Pro controller as well, just if I want to go for more action games. It's probably more focused on using the Pro controller, which is a bit more better for those kind of faster paced games. But if you're just from a chill game and play Zelda, the gamepad is just absolutely great. It just feels awesome. Like I said, I'm playing it dedicated on the gamepad, and it just feels great. The only downside about the gamepad that I would say would be the screen. I don't think the screen is particularly good. I'm not sure if my phone camera is doing it justice, but in real life, under just general, you know, a normal lit room conditions, I find that the colours are quite washed out on the gamepad screen. So I feel like it's a bit, you know, it's lacking a bit of contrast with the colours there. It feels a bit washed out. It looks great on the television. Of course, you'd expect it to through HDMI, but yeah, the screen is probably the weakest aspect of the gamepad, but I feel like ergonomically and control-wise, it feels awesome. So that is the gamepad. Next up, I want to go through some of the games you can pick up for the Wii U, because I feel like if you're not sold on the Switch library, which is a great library, there's so many games, majority of Wii U games have made their way over to Switch, which a lot of people in the comments I can already foresee will argue just get a Switch. But like my previous comment, I used to have a Switch. I barely bought any games for it because the games are too expensive. Nintendo don't like to reduce their games, which frustrate me, especially if you collect physical like I do. There's no way I'm spending 45, 50 quid on games that are 13 years old at this point. You know, Mario Kart 8. A lot of the ports that have gone to Switch are very old now, and there's no way I'm paying the Switch money for them when I can buy them on Wii U. Some of them are less than a £5 these days. Anyway, let's get to those game categories. The first category in this video is going to be third-party ports. So in my collection, I've only got 3 games that I consider to be worthy ports that kind of bring something a bit extra to those games. The first game I'm going to showcase here is Bayonetta. In my opinion, one of the best action games ever made. I still prefer this game over the second game. Obviously, the second game, to a lot of people's chagrin back in the day, was a Wii U exclusive. So Nintendo helped fund Bayonetta 2, and they released it alongside a re-release of Bayonetta 1 for the Wii U. I feel like this port is excellent. It feels great. The gamepad doesn't feel too bad. I still prefer the Pro controller just for that fast-paced action. I prefer just a regular kind of comfort of a regular controller. But yeah, it does just a great job at bringing the series not up to date. That's the wrong kind of phrase, I guess, is what I wanted to say. But yeah, just a re-release of this game with just a bit more bells and whistles in there. I just think it's great. It's one of my favourite action games of all time. When I was collecting the Wii U, I knew I had to get Bayonetta, and it's one of the best ports on the system. That's Bayonetta. The next game on this ports list is Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. This game is great. I prefer Arkham Asylum, all honesty. But yeah, the Wii U does the detective mode so well, and there's so cool additions when you add the detective mode in here with the Wii GamePad. Yeah, it's just really cool. You can bring up the map on the GamePad as well, so you can just like do a lot of things on the GamePad with this game, and it really enhance that kind of Batman vibe, your detective vibe and stuff like that. The game looks great as well on the Wii U in my opinion, and it's called Armored Edition because you get some new gadgets to use, like these electric kind of gauntlets you see on the front cover there. Awesome game, an awesome port as well. I just really feel like the port is great for this Batman game. And yeah, definitely a game you can pick up for the Wii U for no money. I think it was like £3. Like literally no money at all, guys, honestly. If you're collecting for Wii U, Batman Arkham City Armored Edition is a must buy. It's a great port, guys, it really is. That's Batman Arkham City. The final port in this section I want to talk about is Tekken Tag Tournament 2. This might be the most complete version of this game to my knowledge. People will correct me in the comments, I'm sure, if I'm actually incorrect there. But from what I understand, you're getting everything you would want from a Tekken Tag Tournament game in the Wii U version, because this has exclusive Wii U stuff that didn't come out with the original PS3 and Xbox 360 releases of this game. So you get Tekken Ball returning for the first time in this Wii U version, only in the Wii U version. If you've played Tekken 3 as much as I have growing up, you will remember the volleyball Tekken Ball mode, which was a lot of fun, alongside Tekken Bowling and all those crazy little mini games. Yeah, they bring Tekken Ball back for this Wii U exclusive version of Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Absolutely fantastic. I love this game as well. It's a really good Tekken game, to be fair. But you get a new mushroom battle, which is pick up different mushrooms to enable unique power-ups. So it's got kind of a power-up mechanic a la Mario in this as well, which would only be in the Wii U version, right, because it's Nintendo based. And then you've got exclusive costumes. I think there's a Mario and a Luigi costume for some of the characters in this, which is obviously going to be hit or miss kind of thing that you would want in this. But the inclusion of Tekken Ball mode is a big inclusion because it's an extra mode that didn't come out in the other editions. But yeah, this is a great port of an already really good game, and it's one of the more expensive side games for the Wii U. It's about 20 quid, but I feel like it's worth that. It's a pretty good game, all things considered. That's Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Let's move on to the reason why I bought the Wii U, Legend of Zelda. Let's go. So yes, Legend of Zelda, my favourite Nintendo franchise, 100% for me. Never been a big Nintendo fan, but Legend of Zelda has always kind of captivated me, and I've always wanted to play them. And I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom yet because I haven't got a Switch, and it kind of bugs me, but I've heard it's more of the same as Breath of the Wild, and I'm not the biggest fan of Breath of the Wild. And speaking of Breath of the Wild, the Wii U version. Now the Wii U version I think looks great. It plays really well. There is some frame rate dips here and there in the Wii U version, as you would expect, because they obviously pivoted development towards the Switch version. That was a launch title for the Switch. But the Wii U version still is a competent version of the game and an enjoyable version of this game. I still don't believe this game deserves any 10 out of 10s like it got back in 2017. No way. For me, it's a somewhat decent, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. What it does with the open world mechanics is more iterative, in my opinion, than it is innovative for me. But yeah, that's just my opinion, I guess. But yeah, still an enjoyable game. Still really, really good. The Wii U version is perfectly playable, in my opinion. But you guys have probably all got the Switch version, right? Undoubtedly so. But yeah, again, if you want this game super cheap, this is the way to go. This is like 5 quid on Wii U. Whereas the original Breath of the Wild on Switch, which is now an 8-year-old game, is still like almost full price on the second-hand market, which is ridiculous to me. But anyway, yeah, the key factor here I'm trying to say is a lot of these ports that went over to Switch or launched on Switch are infinitely cheaper on Wii U and are perfectly playable. That's Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, one of the main games I wanted a Wii U for, and these have not come over to Switch from my knowledge. Please correct me in the comments, because I don't follow Switch releases, I don't know. But from what I understand, these two titles have not come to Switch yet, and this one is the reason why I wanted a Wii U, and it is Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. This is my favourite 3D Legend of Zelda game. I love it. I had it on the original Wii. I still have it on the Wii actually, and I remember playing absolutely loads of it as a growing up with the Wii. And yeah, I'm so happy with this HD remaster. It's fucking awesome. It's absolutely fantastic, and yeah, it's only on Wii U. This one's a pricey one though. This was like 55 quid, I think I paid for it, which I don't regret paying that at all because I love this game, and it's the reason why I bought a Wii U, of course. So super happy to get that one. It's awesome. I love it. Twilight Princess HD. And the next game in this Zelda section, Wind Waker HD. The HD makeover on this game is absolutely glorious. Because of the art style and the art direction, this is more kind of a cel-shaded cartoony style with really kind of vibrant colours and loads of contrast. The HD restoration for this game really kind of serves that art style in its favour, and this might be one of the best looking Wii U games on the system. It looks absolutely remarkable. I can't emphasise how good it looks, really. It's so cool. I love it. It's an underrated Zelda game in my opinion, because I remember all the moans and groans when it was announced on GameCube, because Nintendo kind of bait and switched people to think that the GameCube was going to give us more of a realistic looking Zelda, which we would eventually get with Twilight Princess, of course, but this one came out before that, and we had this kind of almost like chibi Link, more of a cartoonish style. But to me, it's still a very pure Zelda game. I love it. I think it's great. Like I said, probably one of the best looking games on the Wii U. Yeah, thanks to that just timeless art direction. It's definitely another feather in the cap when it concerns art direction trumping graphical power. It really is. Because there are some pretty decent looking games on Wii U, but where this has such a strong art direction and art style, and the contrast and colours just make it look even better in high definition, it's awesome. Yeah, Wind Waker, it's up there with one of the best games on the system. It's not my favourite game, of course. I love Twilight Princess HD, but when it concerns just overall visual presentation, you can't beat this game on the Wii U. That's Zelda Wind Waker HD. My next category is going to be Best of the Bad Bunch on Wii U. Let's get controversial. So yes, Best of Bad Bunch. I've picked two games and I quite like these games, to be honest with you. The first game is notorious for its badness, but I played it and actually really liked it. It kind of felt kind of like a janky Resident Evil Ninja Gaiden combination, but I liked it a lot. Devil's Third. Yeah, this game was really fun. Absolutely bonkers story, as you would expect with these kind of like hyper Japanese kind of action titles. Yeah, but I thought it was really fun. It's a cross between hack and slash melee combat and over the shoulder shooting. Yeah, just a over the top Japanese shooting gallery, more or less anything else. I really enjoyed this one. It got terrible reviews. I think IGN gave it a 4 out of 10 when it came out. Awful reviews. One of the only games that's really trapped on the Wii U at the moment. Nobody wants to touch this for a remaster. I would openly be very happy for a remaster of this game. Somebody get on it, please. Somebody do it, because I love these janky kind of games. Yeah, my brother calls me a trash gamer. I can't help it. When something has some charm that's really bad, I can't help but find enjoyment in it. It's just a bit of joy, isn't it? A bit of fun. And Devil's Third is definitely a janky piece of shit that I find just charming and endearing and fun to play. The boss fights suck ass. They're not fun at all. I almost rage quit with one boss fight early on in the game, but the game just has such charm that I just weathered through it and carried on playing. Really fun game. Deserves to remaster, deserves not to be trapped on Wii U, and it's the probably only true exclusives left really on the Wii U that has not been ported over to any other system, especially the Switch, of course. But yeah, Devil's Third, bad reception, bad reviews, but a game so janky, I can't help but love it. That's Devil's Third. The next game is probably the most interesting games in terms of its development history and, you know, the outpour of kind of badness and terrible reviews that it got. I'm talking about a game called Radea, the Sky Soldier. This game is interesting on a basis that it was originally developed for the original Wii. And then they pivoted to make a Wii U port, but they were rushed in getting the game out for the Wii U. And ultimately, from my understanding, looking at research for this game, this Wii U version is actually a port of the ill-fated 3DS version, which I've heard is dreadful. But we'll get back to that in a second. The developer and publisher of this game felt so bad about how bad the Wii U version is, they let you have the original Wii version, which from my understanding runs at 60 frames per second. It's a lot more better to control. It feels, you know, the graphics are a bit nicer. All those kind of things that you would expect from a game that started development on the Wii and had plenty of years to get the most out of the Wii console. So yeah, you get the Wii version, but you also get the Wii U version, which nobody likes, except for me, of course. I haven't played the Wii version of this yet, but I found a kind of charm to the way you kind of do the platforming in this game. It's very archaic, it's very kind of weird, it's got this weird kind of momentum to it. It kind of feels like Sonic the Hedgehog, but kind of in the sky. Like, it feels like a Sonic Team game if they didn't know how to do Sonic's momentum. Because that's the problem with the movement I find in this game, is that they haven't figured out momentum, how you jump from one platform to another. It's all about kind of like flying through the air and using momentum to get to one area to the next. Even though I found charm once you get the hang of the controls, because the controls are the biggest wall in front of the player for this game. But once you get the hang of the controls, this game, I find quite a bit of fun in it. And I'm interested to see what the Wii version is like, because I've heard that game is better. It runs better, it looks kind of better, the art direction is more kind of realised. And because the Wii U version is a port of the 3DS version, there's going to be problems there, right? But I still enjoyed myself with this game. I don't know if it's the lowest rated game on Wii U, but I know it got really bad reviews. But what I like about this is, if you'd rather have the Wii version, they include the Wii artwork there, which I think is a great touch, a really great touch. Yeah, the Wii artwork there. So if you just like more, if you rather consider this to be more of a Wii game, you can switch the artwork out, and then you just have it on Wii. But I'll keep it as a Wii U game at the moment, because I generally have only played the Wii U version and I quite like it. Just like Devil's Third, janky as all hell, terrible reviews, but I enjoyed what I played of it. What can I say? It's just my opinion. That's Rodea, the Sky Soldier. The next section is going to be what I consider to be the best games on the Wii U. And there's going to be some games missing from this list, because I'm not the biggest fan of some of them that people would expect. But here we go. Let's get to those games. The first game I want to talk about is a zombie survival game called ZombiU. This game is absolutely fantastic in my opinion, and it really uses the gamepad in all the best ways, where you've got to, like, when you search in your inventory for stuff, the screen goes black and you have to look at the gamepad, and doing that at the wrong time can spell disaster for your character. And that is the risk-reward nature of this game that I really like. The PS4 and Xbox One ports of this, they just call it Zombie, don't have that extra element of tension, because you don't have the gamepad in those versions, and it's straight up just a menu. So there's no risk to you being attacked while you're organising your gear. And that's what I love about this version of the game. I still think it's the best version of the game out there. It has that outside of the game aspect where you've got to look away from the TV to check your inventory, where you might be attacked, you might not. Risk reward, you've got to time it where you've got to find an area where you're safe to be able to check your stuff, because you might just be ambushed by zombies and get ripped to pieces. The game is actually a very cool survival horror game. I really enjoyed it for what it is. When you die, your character that you died with becomes a zombie, and then your new character that you start off with again, it's got that rogue element to it. You have to go and find the zombified version of your previous character, kill it to get your gear back. So it's got this kind of weird, kind of like roguelike, Souls-like-esque element to it, where risk and rewards is the way forward. You know, do you push forward with the risk of dying and having to start again with nothing, and getting back to that point where you died to get your gear that you've acquired so far, or do you kind of go back and play it safe? And it adds that extra element of tension there where you know if you die you will lose your stuff unless you go back to where you died and find that zombified version of your previous self. It's a very cool mechanic. I think this game has got a bunch of cool mechanics in there, especially, like I said, with the gamepad that makes you look away from the game to actually manage your inventory. Very cool survival horror aspects, and yeah, a very cool zombie game indeed. That's a ZombiU. The next game is an RPG which I wanted the Wii U for, because at the time of buying this Wii U back in 2025, this game was not ported to the Switch. It was one of the last Nintendo RPGs not to be ported to the Switch. But of course, as always, the moment I bought the Wii U to get this game is the moment they announced it for Switch. But I didn't have a Switch anyway, so I'm not bothered. And this game was less than 10 quid on the Wii U. I'm talking about Xenoblade Chronicles X. I really like the vibe of this game. It's very chill. It's very kind of take it at your own pace. It's a very slow burn RPG, which I appreciate sometimes. It's actually really nice to explore the world, get into the dialogue, kind of get into the story, which I was getting into big time when I started this game. The only problem with this game, I feel like for me, I'm not a challenging gamer. I like to have kind of the easy way through games, so I play most of my games on easy, because why struggle for a game when you're just trying to have a good time after work and just chill out? And this game for me was hella challenging. I remember getting onto a mission where I had to infiltrate a military kind of installation, and I just got my ass handed to me over and over again. And the game doesn't really have a good way of kind of explaining the mechanics to a new player, so I don't think it's particularly new player friendly. But the game is very engrossing and it's very fun. When all things click, it's a super fun game. So I'm putting this on the best games of the Wii U list here because it is a fun game. But I feel like once you get over that hurdle at the beginning of the game, it's like I said, it's not a very friendly game to new players. But once you kind of step over that hurdle and everything clicks for you in the combat and everything kind of like you kind of start to understand all the systems going on, because there's a lot of systems in this game. This is an awesome JRPG, an awesome game. I do want to go back on this and try and push through that mission, but I feel like I'm missing out on one of the best RPGs ever, especially for a game that I'm unfamiliar with the series, right? So yeah, that's Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's awesome, but once you get over that early game hurdle and can't start understanding the mechanics, it's absolutely fantastic. I had to look up a guide on the best class to start with because I didn't want to handicap myself from the word go. So there's loads of things you best to look up, a wiki for in this game to kind of understand most of the systems involved, because the game doesn't really tell you that at the beginning. But like I said, it's a great game once everything comes to life and clicks and works. And I feel like yeah, it's one of the best on the Wii U once that happens. Yeah, that's Xenoblade Chronicles X. The next game is a puzzle game, and it is Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. I love this game. Fun, chill, cozy puzzle game where you're looking for treasure as Toad. And yeah, the way this game kind of uses the kind of 3D to kind of rotate the map and kind of use perspective to find treasure and solve the puzzles is excellent. It's on the shorter side. It's definitely on the shorter side, I feel, as well. There's not many levels in here, but I feel like for a shorter experience for a puzzle game, you don't need it to be 15 hours long, do you? A 6 to 8 hour experience is just fine for this kind of puzzle game. Yeah, one of the best games on the system for me. I absolutely adore it. I think it looks great as well. It looks the part on the Wii U, and the mechanics are just sublime. How you solve these puzzles is just awesome. You feel so clever when you do it as well. I love this one. That's Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. My favourite game on the Wii U is quite predictable, not including the Zelda games. Zelda have their own kind of dedicated category. So you could probably say that Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD are probably my favourites on the Wii U at the moment. But if I was going to pick a game where whenever I think of playing Wii U, this game runs through my brain because it's just addictive as fuck, right? It's super addictive and I want to play more of it. And even looking at the case, I actually want to go and play it now. And that game is called New Super Mario Bros. U. You might find this to be a bit of an eye-rolling, kind of boring answer to what is one of the best games on the Wii U. This series wouldn't have been so successful if it wasn't great, right? And it is. It's super addictive. I love it to pieces. It's so fun to run through the levels. And when you get a second player involved or a third player involved, it's crazy fun. Yeah, this game is just such a great reinvention of 2D Mario. I love it. 2D Mario has always been timeless to me as well, so I'm always going to gravitate to these classic kind of side-scrolly kind of Mario titles. Yeah, New Super Mario Bros. U is absolutely a bona fide Wii U classic. This version comes with the kind of standalone expansion to it, which is New Super Luigi U, which came out as a standalone, but this version had it together. But yeah, my favourite game on the Wii U, probably aside from the Zelda titles. It's just super addictive, super fun. I'm always smiling. I always want to push through the levels because some of the levels can be really challenging in this as well. And you always want to gun it to win the level. And I love it, yeah. New Super Mario Bros. U. So yes, the Wii U, guys. So they're the games that I want to talk about. A bunch of good games. I've got so many more games on my shelf as well that I could have showcased, but I just don't have enough time to showcase them all. Let's get on to some bad points. And I want to talk about some bad points because there is some really hefty bad points. I find that the Wii U gamepad is super fragile and replacing it can be a fucking pain in the ass. Thankfully, I haven't had to do that yet. But the reason it's a pain in the ass replacing the gamepad is that you just can't buy any gamepad for the Wii U. A Japanese Wii U gamepad will be region locked to a Japanese console. So trying to find a working Wii U pad that is tied to your region can be a bitch, which is a shame because I love the gamepad. I think it feels great. So I'm really terrified of breaking this because I think I'll be fucked. The biggest issue with the Wii U is the disc issues. I heard maybe like 6 months ago that there's kind of like a thing with the Wii U discs where they can get disc rot, but the disc rot is invisible and you won't know when you buy it. It'll look clean, a mirror-like sheen on it, and you just put it in and it won't work. And I've heard that the way they manufacture these discs, the way they're produced, they are very, very fragile around the edges of the disc. So they are very prone to getting easy damage and easy disc rot over time. And like I said, the disc rot is invisible. I've found out this the hard way. In January this year, I decided to bolster my Wii U collection. I bought a few games that I wanted for the collection for a while. A good 6 out of 10 of those games that I bought, all of them didn't work. They just straight up didn't work. It would come up on the screen, disc is dirty or needs cleaning, and then it would say invalid disc. This is frustrating because if I were going to go for a full set, which I'm not because that's crazy talk, most of those probably won't work. I'm surprised that people that have got full sets, all their games work. That'd be surprising to me. Also, I've bought games on the Wii U that have worked, that have suddenly stopped working for one reason or another. I used to have Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012 on the Wii U. It worked perfectly fine when I bought it. Randomly just decided not to read for whatever reason. Whereas I originally thought it might have been my disk drive playing up, but I've played games since then and they all work fine. So it's a weird anomaly where A, you've got discs that get invisible disc rot, which can be a really big problem. B, the discs are manufactured in a way where they're susceptible to easy scratches and just overall damage. And 3, games just will randomly stop working for no effing reason. The Wii U is great. Like I said in my thumbnail, it's great, but the caveats are quite hefty with the Wii U. Do I recommend picking up a Wii U in 2026? To echo my friend Humble Muds, if you buy one, I would recommend hacking it and having your stuff loaded on it, because relying on the disc-based media of the Wii U is almost a 50-50 whether they're going to work. And I might look into the process myself about loading up my games via a hack, because I have no idea whether what I'm buying will work or not. It's literally a 50-50 coin flip whether a game I bought or buy on eBay will run in my Wii U. This is the biggest caveat, and I feel like, yeah, if you're going to get a Wii U, I would recommend modding it so you can get the best of all the worlds and have your collection backed up. But with that being said, do I like the Wii U? Yes, I think it's a great console. Like I said, the gamepad is ergonomically amazing. It feels so good to just sit in bed and just play a game on the gamepad. And some games you can move them over and dedicate them on the gamepad and maybe have something on your TV to listen to. So it's sort of like the proto Switch, right? But when the Switch came out, we kind of like, oh yeah, I see the kind of comparisons, the two screen vibe thing they were going for. But yeah, this one, I do like it a lot. I wish things were a bit better in concerning the disc-based media. But yeah, overall, I think it's an underrated machine. I think the games play awesome on it. It's got some great ports. The Zelda games are awesome on it. And yeah, if you're going to buy one, I definitely would recommend getting one, but I would mod the fuck out of it. That's it, guys. What do you think of the Wii U? And if you don't have one, would you consider buying one? I think it's a pretty good system, all things considered. It's up to you whether you want to take that risk of collecting it or not. I've kind of been put off collecting for it anymore because I find that I can't trust what I'm buying will work. And that's no fault of the sellers that have the game. Because like I said, a game could work fine and then all of a sudden just stop working for no reason. So there is a level of risk buying a Wii U just to collect the disc-based medium for it. But if you're buying it to mod it, to actually back up your games on it, it's probably the better way to go, right? Anyway, guys, let me know your opinions in the comments down below of what you think about the Wii U, and do you collect for it, and have you had the issues that I've mentioned in this video? And as always, guys, let's continue to recommend games for your collection on the Wii U.